my name is Renel Mira from Group 3.1 together with my group mate Christine Gicalasaw and Bernard Lapus. We're going to discuss the information security and risk management. Let's talk about the information security and risk management. What is information security and risk management? Information security and risk management is managing hazards related to the use of information technology is the process of information security risk management or ISRM. It entails detecting, evaluating, and managing risk to the asset availability, confidentiality, and integrity of an organization. What is the importance of information security and risk management? By more effective controls, more efficient structures, and the right levels of security, information risk management may reduce cost, business continuity, or keeping the firm operating in expected or urgent situation. Is an component of an information risk management. What is the different types of risk the organization face? This is the main four types of risk. Strategic risk, example, a competitor coming onto the market. Compliance and regulatory risk is introducing a new rule or legislation. Financial risk, interest rate rise on your business loan or a non-paying customer. Operational risk, the breakdown or theft of key equipment. Information security frameworks. What is the difference in information security frameworks and standards such as ISO 27001 and NIST Cybersecurity Framework? ISO/IEC 27001 of 2002 is the newest version of ISO 27001. Was published in October 2002. This is the organization that are certified to ISO/IEC 27001 from 2013 have a 3-year transition period to make the necessary changes to their ISMS or Information Security Management System. The NIST or the National Institute of Standard and the Technology is a non-regulatory agency that promotes and maintains standards of measurement to enhance economic security and business performance. The NIST or CSF Cybersecurity Framework is a voluntary framework primarily intended to manage and mitigate cybersecurity risk for critical infrastructure organization based on existing standards, guidelines, and practices. The CSF is a living document. It's recognized that continual improvement is necessary to adapt to changing industry needs. However, the CSF has proven to be flexible enough to also be implemented by non-US and non-critical infrastructure organization. Threat modeling. What is threat modeling importance? Threat modeling is the process of defining an organization's cybersecurity needs, threats, and vulnerabilities, and then suggesting ways to meet these needs and address these vulnerabilities. An example of threat model. There are 8 main methodologies you can use while threat modeling. Stride, PASTA, VAST, Strike, CVSS, Attack3, Security Cards, and HTMM. Each of these methodologies provide a different way to assess the threat facing your IT asset. Risk assessment. What is risk assessment, and explain what its importance? An analysis of what might occur if a risk materializes is done through the process of risk management. The procedure for assessing the potential effects of interrupting time-sensitive or crucial business process is known as a business impact analysis. So what is the different type of risk assessment methodologies such as quantitative and qualitative? The qualitative risk analysis is a quick but subjective. On the other hand, quantitative risk analysis is object and has more detail. Contingency, reserve, and go or no-go decision, but it takes more time and more complex. Quantitative data are difficult to collect and can be prohibitively expensive. Example of risk management. Number 1, health safety risk assessment. This is a type of risk assessment used by safety managers to determine health and safety risks associated with the job, work, environment, and current process. Hazards can be identified as biological, chemical, energy, environmental, and the like. Number 2, health and safety risk assessment. This assessment performed by office managers and school administrators. These tools help ensure that workplace is free from health and safety threats. This assessment also helps boost employee morale and productivity. Number 3, fall risk assessment. This assessment performed as nursing staff of aged care unit or center to evaluate the possibility of falling. These checklists will ensure that the facilities, equipment, and other factors are safe for elderly patients. The number 4, construction risk assessment. A vital assessment used in the construction site to help safety teams implement corrective measure and stakeholders comply with safety regulation. And that's all for me. This is Ronel from Group 3.1. On the next reporter is Bernard Lapos.
Let's talk about social engineering. Social engineering is the technique or art to manipulate any person to give up his or her personal information such as any access to a system, bank accounts, or any other valuables. Phishing is one type of social engineering. Under this type, an attacker can influence the user to share his personal data and pretend as it is a trusted person or institution. Pretexting is another type of social engineering. It involves a situation or pretext created by an attacker in order to lure victim into a vulnerable situation and to trick them into giving private information. So some quick tips to remember to avoid social engineering victim. Think before you click, research the sources, don't download files that you don't know, and if the email offers prices, then it's probably a social engineering tactics. Cybersecurity trends, career, and challenges. Continuous change in technologies implies in a parallel shift in cybersecurity trends as news of data breach, ransomware, and hacks becomes the norms. Ransomware isn't a new threat. It's been around for about 2 decades, but it is a growing one. It is estimated that there are now over 120 separate families of ransomware, and hackers have become very adept at hiding malicious code. Ransomware is a relatively easy way for hackers to gain financial rewards, which is partly behind its rise. Another factor was the COVID-19 pandemic. The accelerated digitization of many organizations, coupled with remote working, created a new targets for ransomware. Enhancing cybersecurity is the best way to avoid this kind of attack. These are some best practices for secure remote working. 1. Provide secure awareness training. Keep work devices separate from personal devices. Use virtual private network or the VPN. Avoid public Wi-Fi and ensure secure password practices. What is cybersecurity governance and leadership? Cybersecurity governance is a comprehensive cybersecurity strategy that integrates with organizational operations and prevents the interruption of activities due to cyber threats or attacks. Features of cybersecurity governance include the accountability frameworks, decision-making hierarchies, define risks related to business objectives, mitigation plans and strategies, oversight processes, and procedures. Cybersecurity leadership develops cyber leaders who have the practical skills to build and lead security teams, communicate with technical and business leaders alike, and develop capabilities that build your organization's success. Chief Information Security Officers or the CISO and Chief Security Officer or the CSO are the top cybersecurity role. These people are the ones who oversees all cybersecurity and keep the company safe from cyber threats. So these are the some roles of cybersecurity leaders. Lead security initiatives in line with business goals. Apply cybersecurity concept to overall business strategy. Implement a cybersecurity tools and methodologies. Analyze current state of information risks. Identify target state. Perform a gap analysis. Develop a comprehensive cybersecurity roadmap, build, measure, and manage a strong security culture, and decrease a company risk profile.
Hi everyone, my name is Christine Elena Calasaw, and I'm going to report these topics. Let's talk about cybersecurity and artificial intelligence. What are the challenges and risks securing the artificial intelligence? First is lack of transparency and explainability. AI systems can be difficult to understand and interpret, making it challenging to understand how and why decisions are being made. Next is privacy concerns. AI system used for security purposes can collect and process large amount of data, which can raise privacy concerns. This data may contain personal information, and if not properly protected, this may lead breaches, identity theft, and financial fraud. Last is over-reliance on AI. As an organization adopt AI-based security systems, there is risk that they may become too reliant on these systems, leading to false sense of security. This can cause them to neglect other important security measures such as employee training and incident response planning. Let's proceed to cybersecurity and blockchains. What are the benefits of using blockchain in cybersecurity? First is enhanced security. Our data is sensitive and crucial. Blockchain can significantly change how our critical information is viewed by creating a record that can't be altered and encrypted end-to-end. Blockchain helps prevent fraud and unauthorized security. Next is greater transparency. Without blockchain, each organization has to keep separate database because blockchain use a distributed ledger. Transactions and data are recorded identically in multiple locations. All network participants with permissioned access the same information at the same time, providing full transparency. Last is increased efficiency and speed. Traditional paper-heavy processes are time-consuming, prone to human error, and often requires third-party mediation. By streamlining this process with blockchain, transactions can be completed faster and more efficiently. What are the risks of using blockchain in cybersecurity? First is scalability issues. Blockchain continue in its infancy and so quantifiability problems. This implies that the network will solely handle a restricted variety of transactions at any given time. Second is phishing attacks. The hacker's goal is to steal users' credentials. They'll send legitimate looking emails to the owner of the wallet key. And when the users log in their details via the hyperlink, the hackers may have access on users' credentials, and other informations might lead to damages for both the user and therefore the blockchain. Last is malicious nodes. The other security problems facing blockchain technology are the danger of malicious nodes. They'll try this by flooding the network with transactions or making an attempt to reverse valid transactions. Next is the types of blockchains. There are four types of blockchains. Which is the public blockchains, private blockchains, hybrid blockchains, and consortium blockchain. First is public blockchain. Governments can use public blockchains to vote, ensuring the openness and trust. Next is private blockchain. A private blockchain can be used to manage a company's supply chain. Next is hybrid blockchains. Hybrid blockchains are also well suited to highly regulated areas like banking sectors. Last is consortium blockchains. A consortium blockchain can be employed to share research data and outcomes. Cybersecurity and best practices. First is keep software up to date. Software companies typically provide software updates for three reasons: to add new features, fix known bugs, and upgrade security. Next is avoid opening suspicious emails. If an email looks suspicious, don't open it because it might be phishing scams. Last is use antivirus and anti-malware. As long as you're connected to the web, it's impossible to have completed and total protection from malware. However, you can significantly reduce your vulnerability by ensuring you have an antivirus or at least one anti-malware installed on your computer. Plans of continuous monitoring of cybersecurity. Implementing continuous security monitoring into your cybersecurity plan can reduce cyber risk from start, as well as the potential harm from cyber attacks and data breaches if those events occur. Example, on Facebook, when we often check what are the devices where our FB accounts is logged in, when we see suspicious device and don't know whose device, we can delete them immediately.